There's a moment in every woman's life when she realizes no one is coming to save her, no one is going to hand her the life she dreams of, and in that moment, she has two choices: stay where she is, or rise. I'm talking to the woman who's been told she's too ambitious, too loud, too quiet, too much, not enough. I'm talking to the woman who's been put in a box, labeled, judged, underestimated. But here's the truth: you are more powerful than the limitations they place on you. You are more than their expectations, more than their opinions, more than their doubts. Rising is not about being perfect. It's not about being fearless. It's about moving forward even when you're terrified. It's about choosing yourself when the world tells you to shrink. It's about embracing your scars, your struggles, your story, because those are the very things that make you unstoppable. When a woman decides to rise, she doesn't just change her own life. She changes the lives of everyone around her. She becomes proof that it's possible, proof that you can come from anywhere, face anything, and still shine. So today, I'm asking you, are you ready to stop apologizing for your power? Are you ready to claim the life you deserve? Because no one can silence a woman who chooses to rise. No one is coming to save you. You are your own hero. It's a truth that can feel heavy at first, but it's also the most liberating realization you will ever have. From the time we're little girls, we're told stories of being rescued by a parent, by a partner, by society somehow making it easier for us. But the reality is, the world doesn't always hand out fairness or opportunities neatly wrapped in ribbons. Life isn't waiting for you with open arms. It's testing you, shaping you, asking you, how bad do you want this? And in that moment, you understand that the only person who can pick you up from the ground, who can dust off the hurt and the doubt, who can take the next step forward, is you. When you truly embrace this, you stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for someone to validate your dreams. You stop waiting for the right time, the right resources, or the right people. You begin to realize that the power you've been seeking outside has been within you all along. Yes, support helps. Yes, having people believe in you feels good. But even when no one does, even when no one understands your vision, you still have the ability to believe in yourself. And that belief, that unwavering decision to back yourself, becomes your greatest weapon. This is what rising truly means. It's not a loud, dramatic moment where the world suddenly notices you. No, it's quiet, it's personal. It's when you wake up and say, I'm tired of living small. I'm tired of waiting for someone to choose me. I choose myself. You choose to show up for your dreams. You choose to learn, to grow, to fail, and to get back up again. You choose to stop blaming the world for what it didn't give you and start building what you deserve with your own two hands. Being your own hero doesn't mean you don't feel fear or sadness or exhaustion. It doesn't mean you have it all figured out. It means you keep going anyway. It means you give yourself the love and respect you've been waiting to receive from others. It means you rewrite your own story when life tries to write it for you. You stop saying, I wish someone would help me, and you start saying, I will help myself. And here's the beautiful part: when you step into that power, you inspire others. Your courage lights a spark in someone else. Another woman sees you rising and thinks, if she can do it, so can I. And that's how change begins, not with someone else rescuing you, but with you deciding that you don't need rescuing. You just need the strength to keep climbing. So no one is coming to save you, and that's okay, because the hero you've been waiting for is already here. She's you. She's been inside you all along, waiting for the moment you'd finally see her. And when you rise for yourself, you rise for every woman who still thinks she can't. Society will label you, limit you, and try to define you before you even have the chance to define yourself. From the moment you step into the world, people already have an idea of who you should be, how you should speak, how you should look, how you should live. They'll say you're too ambitious, too opinionated, too emotional. Or they'll say you're not enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, not strong enough, and if you're not careful, you start believing those voices. You start shrinking yourself to fit into boxes that were never meant for you. But here's what you must remember: their labels are not your truth. Their limits are not your destiny. The world will always have opinions, but you are the only one who truly decides who you are. The power to define yourself belongs only to you. The moment you stop letting their voices drown out your own, You step into a freedom they can't take away from you. And let's be honest, sometimes those labels hurt. Sometimes they come from people you love, people you trust, people who think they're protecting you. Don't dream too big, you'll get disappointed. Don't speak too loudly, you'll upset someone. Don't take risks, it's safer this way. But safety is not where you grow. Safety is not where you find your true self. The women who rise don't do it by staying quiet or by staying small. They rise by saying, "Thank you for your opinion, but I know who I am and I know where I'm going. You are not the names they call you. You are not the doubts they project onto you. You are the sum of your choices, your values, your actions, and the dreams that live in your heart. So, when society tries to label you, you take that label and turn it into fuel. If they say you're too ambitious, wear it like a crown. If they say you're too much, remind yourself that the world has always been uncomfortable with powerful women. And if they say you're not enough, smile, because you know you're already more than they can handle. There is strength in refusing to let the world define your worth. There is power in standing tall and saying, "I am not here to fit into your narrative. I am here to write my own." And when you do that, when you embrace your voice, your uniqueness, your truth, you give other women permission to do the same. You become proof that they don't have to live under the weight of someone else's expectations. The world will keep labeling you, but the only label that matters is the one you give yourself. Choose it wisely. Choose one that reflects your strength, your resilience, your fire, because at the end of the day, no one gets to decide your story but you. And when you know who you are, no one can stop you from rising. Rising isn't about perfection. It's about courage despite fear. Too often, we wait for the right moment, the moment when we feel fully ready, fully confident, fully equipped. But here's the truth, that perfect moment doesn't exist. You will never feel 100% ready, and you will never have everything figured out, and that's okay, because rising has never been about waiting for fear to disappear. It's about moving forward with fear sitting in the passenger seat. Fear will whisper in your ear, telling you you're not qualified, you're not strong enough, you're not worthy. But courage is when you hear those whispers and take a step anyway. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear, it means fear is present, but it doesn't get to control the direction of your life. Every woman who's ever achieved something extraordinary didn't do it because she was fearless. She did it because she was willing to act even while her hands trembled. Perfection is a trap. It convinces you to keep polishing your dreams instead of pursuing them. It keeps you stuck in preparation mode, waiting to become someone better before you start. But the woman who rises understands that it's the messy, imperfect steps that lead to growth. She knows failure is not a sign she isn't good enough. It's proof that she's trying, learning, evolving. She understands that confidence is not something you wait for. It's something you build by showing up over and over, even when your voice shakes. The truth is, the world doesn't need perfect women. It needs brave women. Women who dare to speak when it's uncomfortable, women who dare to dream when it's risky, women who show the rest of us that you don't have to have it all together to start creating change. Because when you rise in your imperfection, you give permission to every woman watching you to do the same. And here's the secret, the more you act despite fear, the quieter it becomes. The more you lean into courage, the stronger you become. You begin to realize that fear is not the enemy. It's just a sign you're stepping into something greater than you've known before. It means you're growing, it means you're alive, so stop waiting for perfection. Stop waiting for the fear to vanish. Stop waiting for the day you'll finally feel ready. Rise now, rise messy, rise scared. Rise anyway. Because the bravest thing you will ever do is choose to move forward when everything inside you is telling you to stay still. And that is how you discover the power you've had all along. Your scars and struggles are not weaknesses, they're your strength. Too often, we look at the parts of ourselves that have been hurt, broken, or tested, and we feel shame. We feel like those dark moments make us less, like they're something to hide. But in reality, those are the very pieces that make you unstoppable. Every scar you carry is proof that you survived something that was meant to break you. Every struggle you've faced has shaped you into the woman you are today. They are not signs of failure. They are signs of resilience, Think about it. The lessons that truly change us don't come from easy days. They come from the moments when you were on your knees, unsure if you could take another step. They come from heartbreak, from loss, from rejection, from challenges that seemed bigger than you. And yet, here you are, you survived, you learned, you grew stronger. That strength didn't come from comfort. It came from struggle. There's beauty in owning your story, even the parts that hurt. Because when you embrace your past, you take back your power. You stop being defined by what happened to you, and you start being defined by how you rose from it. You stop seeing yourself as a victim and start seeing yourself as a warrior. Your scars become reminders, not of pain but of healing, not of defeat but of the battles you've already won. And here's the thing. When you're open about your struggles, you light a path for others. Another woman who feels alone in her pain sees you and realizes she's not the only one. She sees that it's possible to move forward, even when it feels impossible. She sees that she can rise too. Your story, your struggles, your scars, they have the power to heal more than just you. They have the power to inspire, to uplift, to transform lives. So never be ashamed of what you've been through. Own it, wear it proudly. Let it remind you of your strength on the days you forget how far you've come. Let it fuel you to keep going, to keep becoming, to keep rising. Because the truth is, the women who carry the deepest scars are often the ones who rise the highest. They know what it feels like to fall, and they know they are capable of getting back up again and again. Your struggles are not the end of your story. They are the foundation of your power. They are the reason you are resilient, the reason you can face anything, the reason you are unshakable. So instead of hiding them, embrace them. Because they are living proof that you are stronger than anything that tried to break you. And when you rise with that strength, there is nothing the world can do to hold you back. When one woman rises, she inspires countless others to do the same. Rising is never just about you. It creates a ripple effect that touches lives you may never even know. Think about it. When you see a woman unapologetically chasing her dreams, refusing to settle, standing tall in her power, something shifts inside you. You feel that spark, that voice that whispers, if she can do it, maybe I can too. That's the magic of rising. You become living proof of what's possible. You might think your journey is personal, that your victories or struggles belong only to you. But the truth is, every step you take forward lights the path for someone else. When you choose to break barriers, another woman sees that the barriers can be broken. When you refuse to stay silent, another woman realizes her voice matters too. When you show resilience in the face of adversity, another woman learns that her own pain can be transformed into power. This is why your rise is so important, not just for you, but for the women watching silently from the shadows, waiting for a sign that they too can step into the light. Some of them may be your sisters, your daughters, your friends, or even women you've never met. They're observing how you move through the world, how you handle challenges, how you keep standing even when life knocks you down. And in you they find courage they didn't know they had. Every time a woman breaks through, she widens the door for others. She challenges the narrative that says, this is as far as you can go. She disrupts the cycle of limitation and makes space for more women to dream bigger. And that's how change truly begins, not with one giant leap, but with many women rising, one after another, lifting each other higher. So never underestimate the impact of your rise. Even if it feels small, even if it feels like no one is paying attention, trust that someone is watching. Someone is learning. Someone is gathering strength because you dared to show up for yourself, and one day she will rise too, and she'll carry forward the torch you lit. When you rise, you don't rise alone. You take with you the hopes, the dreams, and the silent prayers of every woman who still doubts her power. You become her reminder that it's possible, that she is capable, that she is worthy. And together, those individual rises turn into a movement, a wave of unstoppable women choosing to lift not just themselves, but each other. That's the true beauty of rising. It doesn't end with you, it multiplies. It creates a legacy that reaches far beyond what you can see, and it all begins with one brave decision, to stand tall so others can too. Stop apologizing for your power. Own it fully and unapologetically. Too many times, women are taught to shrink themselves, to dim their light so others feel comfortable. We're told not to be too much, and not to be too bold, and not to take up too much space. We're taught to soften our edges, to downplay our achievements, to smile politely even when we're underestimated. But why should you apologize for being strong? Why should you hide your brilliance just because the world isn't ready to handle it? Your power is not something to fear. It's not something to suppress. It is your birthright. It's the fire inside you that pushes you forward, the voice that reminds you who you are when the world tries to make you forget. Owning your power means embracing every part of yourself, the loud parts, the quiet parts, the ambitious parts, the vulnerable parts. It means standing tall in your truth without feeling the need to explain it to anyone. And yes, when you truly own your power, it will make some people uncomfortable. It will challenge the expectations they've placed on you. It will disrupt the roles they thought you should play, but that discomfort is not your burden to carry. You are not here to make the world feel at ease. You are here to live fully, to lead boldly, to rise without hesitation. You are here to create your own definition of what it means to be powerful. Owning your power doesn't mean you're arrogant or unkind. It doesn't mean you step on others to rise higher. It means you know your worth, you stand by your values, and you don't let fear, doubt, or judgment control you. It means you recognize that your presence has meaning, your voice has weight, and your dreams have value, without needing external approval. When you stop apologizing for your power, you give other women the courage to do the same. You show them that it's okay to be ambitious, to be visible, to be fully themselves without guilt. You remind them that their power is not something to be hidden, but something to be celebrated. And that is how we shift the narrative, not by asking for permission, but by standing in our truth unapologetically. So don't water yourself down to fit into spaces that were never meant for your fullness. Don't shrink to make others feel bigger. Don't apologize for dreaming too big, speaking too boldly, or loving yourself too deeply. Your power was never meant to be contained. It was meant to be unleashed. And when you finally embrace it, when you stand in it without hesitation, you don't just rise. You light the way for every other woman who's still learning how to step into her own. When a woman chooses to rise, she doesn't just lift herself. She transforms everything around her. Rising is not a single act. It's a series of choices. The choice to believe in yourself when no one else does. The choice to keep moving even when fear tries to hold you back. The choice to embrace your scars as proof of your strength rather than symbols of your pain. Every decision you make to stand taller becomes a declaration that you are more powerful than the limb the world tries to place on you. And with every step forward, you begin to see that the life you deserve was never waiting for permission. It was waiting for you to claim it. The journey of rising is rarely easy. There will be moments when the voices of doubt feel louder than your own. There will be times when you feel misunderstood, underestimated, or even isolated. But it is in those moments you must remember who you are. You are not defined by what others say about you, nor are you defined by the challenges you faced. You are defined by how you respond, how you rise despite it all. Fear, failure, and struggle are not stop signs. They are the very tools that carve the strength you'll need for the next level of your journey. And as you rise, you will realize you are not rising alone. Your courage will ripple into the lives of women you may never meet. Your story will plant seeds of hope in someone who is still questioning her own strength. You'll become living proof that it's possible to rewrite your narrative no matter where you start. This is the true beauty of rising. It creates a chain reaction. One woman's rise inspires another's, and together, those individual acts of bravery become a powerful collective force that cannot be silenced. But rising also comes with responsibility. When you step into your power, don't just keep it for yourself. Extend a hand to another woman who hasn't yet found her footing. Speak life into her dreams. Show her that she, too, belongs in spaces that once felt out of reach. Empowered women empower women, and when we choose to lift each other, we don't just create success stories. We create a new world where women no longer have to ask for permission to be great. So today, let this be your reminder. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone to validate your worth. Stop apologizing for the fire inside you. The power you've been searching for is already yours. You are capable, you are worthy, and you are ready. The world doesn't need a smaller version of you. It needs the fullest, fiercest, most unapologetic version of who you are meant to be. When you choose to rise, you give others the courage to rise too. And that is how we change everything. One woman, one choice, one unstoppable rise at a time. Thank you for sharing this moment with me, for allowing these words to touch your heart and remind you of the power you already hold within. If even a single sentence sparked something in you today, let it grow, let it guide you, and let it move you toward the life you were meant to live. Remember, your journey doesn't end here. This is just the beginning of your rise. Carry these words with you, not as mere inspiration, but as a promise to yourself. A promise to believe in your strength, to embrace your voice, and to never again shrink for a world that was always meant to witness your greatness. So rise boldly, rise beautifully, and rise without hesitation. The world is waiting for the magic only you can bring. Thank you for being here, for choosing yourself, and for choosing to rise. Until we meet again. Stay fearless, stay powerful, and keep shining. Goodbye, and keep rising higher.